Hey everyone, I'm Hayden Hulsey, one of the brokers with RE/MAX Results Commercial Group. Today we'll chat about 5 reasons to buy or not buy net lease investments. So I actually just wrote an article on this one. It was in one of our newsletters and blogs, kind of a follow-up to an article and video that Mark did as well, talking about what is the best real estate investment. So net lease, this is a topic that Mark and I both really enjoy and like. We've sold many properties in this area. Net lease is kind of a different world of commercial real estate. So we won't get too much into that, but more so kind of why somebody should look at it or not look at it. So we'll give the pros and the cons. First, one of the key pieces to just kind of address is value. How do people even value these to get an idea? It's all based on cap rate for the most part. And the pieces that drive that cap rate are the tenant, who are they, how strong are they? Rent, of course, how much are they paying, because that's how you're actually using for your equation. Location, how strong is it? Can you go refill it with a new tenant if that other tenant leaves? And then the lease type, triple net, absolute triple net, double net, gets into different landlord responsibilities. So let's start with the 5 reasons to buy it. First is passive income. So this isn't hands-on like a multifamily property per se, where you're going in and taking care of everyday items. In an absolute triple net lease, the tenant takes care of everything. Base rent, operating, taxes, insurance, parking lot if it needs to be replaced, the roof, all of that. The second is the actual tenant, meaning they're mostly stable and strong. Of course, with different pandemics that can adjust based on what business they're in, but you're dealing with very strong national tenants in many cases. You're not dealing with a mom and pop that's struggling to make ends meet. The third is long-term leases. This gives stability. A lot of the new leases and net lease are 20 plus years, so you aren't dealing with having to go refill that space every 3 to 5 years. Fourth, tax benefits and appreciation. So this one, you can't overlook this. This is huge. We'll deal with a lot of high net worth individuals that purchase net lease investments. They buy those sometimes purely for the idea of taxes and appreciation, meaning they can go depreciate that property. That goes against their income. You have write-offs. Say you buy a property in Southern California, gives you a good reason to go travel somewhere. And then the third is, in theory, that property should keep appreciating. So of course that doesn't hurt. Fifth piece, liquidity. So real estate isn't always known as, obviously very liquid. Net lease, on the other hand, is much more liquid than many other real estate investments. The reason is these deals move quick. It's kind of like stocks. If you have it priced appropriately with the right cap, you can get through a deal in 30 to 45 days. You might take a vacant Class C strip center. It could be 6 months before you're really getting traction. So those are the 5 reasons that you would buy. Let's cover a couple reasons why you wouldn't. The first is the cost. There's a big barrier to entry. Down payment wise, you might be looking at, a 70-30 or a 60-40 loan to value. That means you're coming up with a lot of money down. If it's, a couple $1,000,000, you could be looking at, $500 to $1 million to get into that thing. The second piece here is the risk. As I mentioned, most tenants are stable and strong. Of course, it's not bulletproof. If you get into a single tenant, that one tenant leaves, you got a vacant building. Your mortgage, your taxes, your expenses don't stop, and you're paying those out of pocket. The third is also around expensive, meaning that the barrier to entry from a purchase price is pretty high. You don't really find net lease investments under $1 million. If you have a really short lease term, you might, but most of them are in that, what we see is, say a couple $1 million range. Big capital improvements, if you have to go get that property ready to occupy, meaning if it needs a new roof, parking lot, all those items. If you're leasing it out, if it's vacant, you have leasing commissions, you have build-out allowances. So there's quite a few costs there. Those are just a couple reasons why you actually wouldn't look at one. So it's not for everyone, but Mark and I really enjoy this category. If you have questions, let us know. Our website is resultscommercial.com, and check out the other YouTube videos. Thank you.